Yo, what's going on? Oh wow, how you guys doing? Streaming today. A little late at night, but yeah. Um I know I gotta talk up because it's like noise. Title. Huh. Um There we go. That now. Um yeah. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Um uh watching. Let's watch
I was in pain.
Selena snubbed? Yep, that happened because even though Emilia Perez leads this year with 13 nominations, the 32-year-old was shut out of the supporting actress category.
It's kind of surreal, the sisterhood that we've created. It just is so special, and you can see it on the screen.
Co-star Zoe Saldana's real-life sisterhood was on full display, reacting to her first nomination surrounded by her siblings. But what's unexpected? Angelina Jolie, Nicole Kidman, Pamela Anderson, and Denzel Washington did not hear their names called this morning.
I hope tomorrow. Wicked.
Michelle Yeoh successfully manifested a Wicked nomination. The musical earned 10 nominations, tying with The Brutalist.
And I just remember being nominated for Oscars.
An emotional Cynthia Erivo and first-time nominee Ariana Grande each secured acting nods.
It's the best thing in the whole world.
Other first-time nominees, Demi Moore, who continued her ultimate Hollywood comeback, Sebastian Stan, Isabella Rossellini, and Kieran Culkin, who will be appropriately fighting for a Best Supporting Actor win against his Succession brother, Jeremy Strong.
Vote for me. Just please vote for me.
Absolutely not, man.
And this morning, I was with Sing Sing's Coleman Domingo, who is the only actor also nominated last year.
I feel like I need to sing a little song to you, like second time around.
I know it's right. It's amazing. It's amazing for it to be the second time around. I feel so blessed.
I am Gladiator Goliath.
You know, Sing Sing is such an important film. Why is this movie so important for people to see?
I think especially right now when we're looking for hope and inspiration, we can find light in dark places.
And as E.T. saw, Coleman is bringing a lot of light to his 82-year-old Selma co-star, Henry G. Sanders, who lost his home in the Altadena wildfire.
Coleman Domingo said, I'm in London doing the film. If you need a place to stay for a couple of months, here you go.
Why was that something that you felt like you needed to do, you felt compelled to do?
He's in his 80s, and I thought there's no way I can have him displaced. I'll keep him in for as long as he needs.
The Oscars air live March 2nd on ABC. And brace yourself for some big changes.
I'm just kidding.
Gone are the days of onstage kinergy. This year, there will be no performances of the best original songs, but the Academy is bringing back their Fab Five moments where past winners recognize the nominees. The Academy will also honor LA's resilience amid the devastation caused by the wildfires.
Man, those fires are crazy. I haven't streamed since those fires. It took me a while to kind of get over. Yeah, I should have been streaming after. caught up with. But I'm gonna be streaming way more now, especially. So I'm gonna be doing of me. I just need to set up a few. I know like my stream kind of basic. Got some stuff for sure, dude. Y'all think? I think Brutalist is probably gonna. I heard it's really good. I need to see it. I haven't seen Brutalist. I haven't actually seen. I saw Wicked. Very good. And that's about it. Very. I was supposed to see Anora last night, but I broke my elbow and I couldn't. Screening seemed really cool, so I'm sad I broke one.
Live from Beverly Hills, California, please welcome the president.
As the awards contender, apparently. Like, it's like where I live, and like they're not playing. Like, I can't see these movies. So I'm so excited to have you on today to give all of us some guidance. Like, what is going to win at the 97th Academy Awards in those 3 shorts categories? Let's start with Best Animated Short Film, Cody. The nominees are Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck. Is it going to be Yuck? I love that title.
You know, so the impulse usually is to go with the one with the weirdest title.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to be the case this year.
Okay.
For me, this is probably the easiest to predict of all the shorts categories. I've seen all 15 nominees across the 3 categories. It's a trying task.
I applaud you.
Thank you. Even though they're short, sometimes they can be a bit, taxing. But this year, I think Wander to Wonder is definitely the one that's going to win here. It just won the BAFTA for Best British Short Animated Film. It won the Annie Award for Best Short Film. And the Oscars are not something, when it comes to the shorts, that like precursors always factor in. But it's hard to argue with that much of an idea of people who are on the Academy, which is included in Annie and BAFTA voters, picking one movie in 2 different ceremonies and not picking it for Oscar. The only disadvantage is it is a very weird short. I loved it, to be clear.
Why is it weird? What's weird about it?
So, to give a quick summary, it's about a British children's show, kind of like the Teletubbies, that when the film opens, the creatures that are the subject of this television show are revealed to be little tiny humans, like the borrowers, who wear these costumes. And as the film opens, the person who directed them in the TV show is dead. So now they've taken over this apartment, they're stuck there, and they're still kind of doing the show. It's a freaky, bizarre, weird short, but it's funny and a little sad and really well made. It's very well crafted stop motion animation. So it will get my vote. I think it's going to win. I think the only other ones that maybe could put up a fight are In the Shadow of the Cypress, which is an Iranian animated short. It's hand-drawn. It's gorgeous to look at. I thought it was thematically kind of troubling. It opens with a scene of domestic abuse that never really resolves, and it's just kind of... I wasn't really sure what we were doing here. And to your point, the short Yuck is really fun. It's a short little French story. It's very sweet about children learning about how gross they think kissing is, and then slowly learning that it's like something to enjoy.
It is what it is.
It's very charming, very sweet. I don't think the animation is anything exceptional, and that's something that I usually factor into my predictions here. But I think Wander to Wonder is going to be the one to pick here.
Okay. Yeah, I think if we weren't totally sure, I feel like that.
How you doing? Watching? Feel free to leave a little chat if you want.
BAFTA win.
I'm just watching some Oscar prediction stuff. I'm a stuntman. I've been in the business, working movies. So I'm just kind of keeping with the theme and watching a little Oscar content right now. I haven't watched many movies. I saw Wicked the other day. I liked Wicked. But, I was supposed to see Anora yesterday, but then I broke my elbow. I fell off a scooter. I couldn't go to the movie, sadly. But I want to. Yeah, I go back to watching.
Right. I mean, not to say that everything that wins a BAFTA wins at the Oscars, but if there are a couple in animated short that we think could maybe win, the fact that you look.
They did a lot of stuff for like stunts. They're trying to get like a stunt Oscar category done. They haven't announced it. They haven't announced it at all. Maybe they'll do some announcements. Last year they had this whole thing. If you watched last year, oh, we love stunt people, love stunt performers. Showed a lot of cool like behind the scenes stuff with stunts. Big reason is Ryan Gosling was nominated last year, playing a stuntman in the movie The Fall Guy. That got a lot of traction for Oscar. So we'll see. Maybe they'll do some more stunt stuff for the Oscars. There'll be another announcement. That'd be cool. Be a new category. How's my camera? So I wish I could like hide my chat. I need to get like a second monitor. That's like what people. I don't know. I'm still figuring out all this stream stuff. Like, it's new to me, but I like doing it. I think it's fun. Last month, and I got a few subscribers out. Feel free to subscribe. Want to streaming a lot more often. Trying to figure. Bear with me, and if you guys have any like input about what I could do, let me know. Suggestions are always welcome. Like I watch a lot of streams, but it's kind of new to. This is what I am doing right now. I do want to get a second monitor though. Have the chat and different. I should probably get some headphones so I can hear the desktop. Like right now I have like a noise gate, so I have to talk kind of loud. But I'm gonna get some headphones probably. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. I'm in LA right now. Oh, hey, what's up, EDM? Hey, dude, best SAG stunt and Yo, that's a good question. How you doing, EDM? Good to see you. I mean, I think that is tough. That's like really stacked because the Fall Guy is the Fall Guy. It's all about stunts, you know. I love the stunts in the Fall Guy. I think the stunts were spectacular. Dune 2 is one of the best movies I've seen. Period. Incredible movie. And the stunts were incredible too for different reasons. They're way like artistic, cinematic, and from a cinematic, like it's better. Like they're for which I'm kind of more into like the artistic stunts. But the stunts in Fall Guy were sick. They're incredible. Like cool high fall that was like I forget how many hundred it was high. It was like 90 feet, I think. 90-foot high fall from the helicopter. Yeah, this stunt guy Troy Brown did it. Like a young stuntman. His dad's like a big fall guy. Trained him how to do that. And then there's the big car turnover. I won a world record. Big car turnover. And I just saw Wicked the other day, and Wicked was a great movie, and I thought the stunts in it were cool, like all the wire work and fly work. That's like artistic own merit. I think just the way SAG goes. Like I think Fall Guy probably will get it. I think Oscars usually focuses more on like the artistic side of things. If I were to I personally want Dune. Yeah, I personally want Dune 2 to win. I think the fight scenes were incredible. Like I love that scene too. Like it's one of the coolest scenes. There's like this cool breakdown. If I can find it actually. Like the sandworm surfing scene. Yes. Typing with one hand because I thought EDM. I broke my arm yesterday. I fell on a scooter, which is but luckily the doctor said it's not that bad of a break. I should be good in like 3 weeks. Yeah, here we go.
Hi, I'm Denis Villeneuve, director of Dune Part 2, and this is Note on a Scene.
Yeah, this right here is a cool stunt.
Here and was like to bring a level of realism that will require a tremendous amount of time. I wanted to shoot everything on real sunlight. That was the key for the VFX.
It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. Period. Like top 10 for sure. Like this is such a good. I saw it in IMAX at the Chinese cinema. Yeah, right here. This is a cool stunt. They you'll see. He'll explain it. They had a shipping container under the sand. Rolled the shipping container out. The sand collapsed, and then the stunt double jumped down.
This shot where we see Paul walking, I really love the tension that is brought by stillness, being in front of a still landscape. There's something here, to be honest, that was inspired by Jaws. The idea that what you don't see is more frightening. Knowing that there's something underneath that might come soon. It's a lesson that I learned a long time ago from Spielberg. So the idea here is it's pretty simple. A Fremen, in order to ride a worm, will put a thumper at the lower side of the dune, stand on top, and wait for the worm to catch and get like that, and will eventually jump. But of course, it's the first time that Paul is riding a sandworm, so I had to find the right equilibrium, the right balance to show his skills, and in the same time how difficult it is, and how.
So I actually worked on one of his movies. I worked on Prisoners. Yeah, I worked on Prisoners. I was supposed to double Jake Gyllenhaal, and then it didn't work out last minute. They went with a double who had a better hair color match. But I literally thought I was gonna double him. They went over the dates. I was calculating in my mind. I was like, oh, how much money am I making? Oh yeah, I'm working. And 2 days before we shot, they called me and said double, sadly. But they made it up to me, and they threw me in for a couple scenes, a stunt extra, and I did a couple driving things. I did this. I drove a car, a Hugh Jackman, in a truck chasing down a guy, and I was one of the pedestrian cars, and cuts us off, and I slide my car up. So I did work on Prisoners, which is cool. That was a great experience. Why I never get on scooters? Have bad balance, just walk in, I'll crash. Oh, thanks, CDM. Body surf. What's up, Fernando? Yeah, no, scooters are dangerous. I love them, and I'm pretty good on them. But they're dangerous. Yeah, it was all my fault. A car in front of me stopped short. I wasn't paying attention to traffic. It was heavy traffic, and I should have been paying attention. And so I grabbed the brake too hard, and it caused the scooter kind of over the top. Part one loss. Yeah. No, Bond was that was That was the stunt movie. Like Daniel Craig Bond movies, some of the best stunts ever put to film. No, get castmates. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Fernando. Right now, I'm watching. We're talking about like the Dune 2 stunts, and I pulled up this video because it's a cool video where Denis Villeneuve's breaking down how they did the sandworm surfing scene, and I thought this stunt was really cool. You'll see, like they put a shipping container and pulled the shipping container out with like a truck, and like a bunch of trucks, and the sand collapsed. And as the sand collapsed, the stunt double for Timothée Chalamet jumps it, and he lands on top of the shipping container with pads and stuff. To replicate him jumping down. So it's pretty genius.
Life.
And really cool.
Having been in this desert in part 1,
like
I knew that there was those kinds of crater in between sand dunes, those kind of vast flat space. And
Dune 2,
I thought that a Fremen will use that flat space in order to be able to calculate the trajectory of the sand dunes. I was pleased to find the right one with the right sun position, because we didn't use any artificial light in the desert shooting part 2. Like we did in part 1. It's like it brings a level of high realism and a feeling of a strong tactile sensation that you feel with the nature that I was looking for.
Sorry if I'm ruining this scene.
Again, I tried to shoot as much as possible on camera, meaning that the VFX would be blended inside the reality of the landscape. What I can say about this moment is how I was absolutely pleased with the sound design. It was important for me that the worm will not express itself like some kind of ancient dinosaurs or some kind of monster, but that the sound that it will emulate will be inspired by the friction of such a beast against the rock and the sand. You will feel almost like it's a bending building against the wind or something. The sound of a lake, frozen lake in winter in Canada, where you have like those eerie, incredible singing sound that I feel absolutely surreal. And I wanted to convey that kind of where nature goes in a direction with the sound that is absolutely unpredictable, that feels very grounded in the reality of the image, but feels still there's a connection with the surreal. Richard King absolutely nailed that.
This is why I love Denis Villeneuve. Like, the amount of detail he thinks about for everything is incredible. And like the fact that he's able to do it and put forth the effort to get it done, incredible. Like high effort filmmaking, that's like my jam. I love it. Like I love when people like they put a lot of effort into making something like cool, artistic, like that, like amount of thought into the sound design. Crazy. But yeah, here's the stunt right here.
The idea was to convey the idea that Paul missed it. The worm is not exactly where Paul intended it to be. There's like a gap between his position and the worm, and that to increase the fact that he's learning, he's about to miss his Uber, technically. All these shots have been made in a real landscape. I insisted that there will be no CG element here apart from, of course, the worm.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I wanted to create that feeling when you're beside a waterfall, the relationship that in the subconscious that it brings with death. This first part of the sequence has been shot in the desert in Abu Dhabi. The problem we were facing is that Greg Fraser and I wanted the worm to come in on the sunny side and get out on the shadow side. Sounds ridiculous, but there's not a lot of sand dunes because of the wind pattern in Abu Dhabi. The abrupt side of the sand dune don't face the right side in the right way. So we had to create our own sand dune in order to do that specific shot. There was sand dunes that were created according to the right sunlight. This is real until here, of course. The idea here is that man-made sand dune, and there is after that, an set extension where the worm is getting out.
Right here.
Is by far one of the most difficult shots I've done. The idea to have a stuntman running on a specific sand dune and at a perfect sunlight that will disappear, collapse in the sand dune. So in order to do so, what we did is that we created a sand dune where there were like 3 massive cylinders, giant cylinders. Each cylinders will pull by a truck. And the stunt was running this way. And the idea was to have, at the perfect timing, we had to pull those tubes under the sand dune in order to the sand dune to collapse.
Have a good night, brother.
And the stunt needed to be to land perfectly at the right spot at the right time. And that we could only shoot early mornings because of the direction of the sunlight. And it sounds easy, but those trucks were massive trucks. And in order to find the proper speed over the course of many days, in order to arrive at the perfect timing that I was looking for, where we have actually saw a human being running and seeing the world collapsing under his feet, which I think is an absolutely nightmarish event, and that I was trying to do with as much realism as possible. When the trucks move forward one after the other, and after they were moving in a certain order, they were not moving all in the same time, but with a split second each other, so the collapse was progressive. Once the tube were gone, the stuntman was landing on mattress that were hidden under the sand.
Yeah, that's just crazy to me. It's so
How did we do that? Quite simple in theory, but it was difficult in practice because I wanted, again, to shoot that all under natural light. I asked my production designer to create a gigantic platform.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for Dune. Yeah, Dune. I love this movie.
A reproduction, we tried to build the biggest platform possible with the sandworm skin.
All right, that's like the big stunt here. Like, I mean, the rest of it's really like him.
Surrounded by massive fans, we were throwing an insane amount of dust on the stunt. Tons of dust were used in that sequence in order, I wanted really to feel that the character is going through waves of sand and disappear into the
I hope Denis
dust
wins.
And
That'd
to
be
feel
awesome.
that he has to master the elements. The action of sand riding involve a lot of violence 100%. And danger.
Like, I love Christopher Nolan, and I was always saying Christopher Nolan's like our generation Spielberg, which in a lot of ways he is, but I don't know. Denis Villeneuve might have that title now. Generation, he's so good. Like every single movie he does is incredible. I haven't seen all of his movies though. I need to see Sicario. I heard Sicario is very good. I need to see that one. Let's watch Fall Guy. Fall Guy. Okay, here we go. David
But where'd
Leitch.
the pickle even come from? Someone's idea to put a pickle sticker on the helmet.
I hope. So this guy right here is David Leitch. Yeah, he used to be Brad Pitt's stunt double. He's the director of The Fall Guy. He also co-directed the first John Wick movie. He helped create John Wick. And then after that, he kind of went his own direction. Chad Stahelski kept up with John Wick franchise. And then David Leitch did movies like Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, Hobbs and Shaw, Bullet Train. I really like Bullet Train a lot. I liked Atomic Blonde. And then his most recent one here is The Fall Guy. So it's like a big love letter to, and it's like a reboot. You guys don't know it's a reboot show with Lee Majors. Probably watch this. Oh, nice. I haven't seen that one. I need to see it. Yeah, no, he's a genius. He's like an absolute genius. Crazy.
Hope it's gone.
No,
there it is.
It's a damn pin. It's on there. It didn't come.
Oh yeah, and this guy right here, this is Logan Holiday. So he's a stuntman. I've worked with him before. Really nice dude. Driving specialist. And he's the one who did the big car flip. Fall Guy. They're gonna talk about it.
Wow, I don't like to do scenes with stickers that are more interesting than I am.
Hey GQ, I'm David Leitch.
I'm Ryan Gosling.
And I'm Logan Holiday.
Today we're gonna break down how we did, basically how Logan did some of the coolest stunts in our movie, The Fall Guy. Cue fake remote. The reason I put on these sunglasses is because I had to hide my fear. There's no reason for me to have sunglasses. I fall backwards into whatever the fictitious shot of this.
Whatever this movie is.
I mean, that's how we feel a lot of times doing this stuff. It's not that it's not scary. It's always scary. You say take the right precautions. You have the experience.
So this whole scene, when I watched it, I loved it because it really did a good job at like capturing the adrenaline you get before doing a stunt. You're just in the zone, you're focused, and he captured, like they did this so well. And then like the whole tilt over right here with where you're seeing how far up he is.
It's for
it was a long
props to Gosling for doing this too.
Process. They were really great with me because they knew I had like this fear of heights, but I wanted to do this because I tried to get out of it a million times, but you wouldn't let me. But in the end, I understood that I needed to do it. They have this thing it's called green screen.
It's called green screen. You could just do this and shrink me.
But it was an opportunity to sort of even get a little bit of a sliver of the experience that you guys have every day of like what you go through, and that's the whole point of this opening.
Also, another little thing I noticed here. So Ryan Gosling's outfit, it reminds me of Burt Reynolds' outfit in the movie Hooper. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a little tribute, because Stunts Unlimited was the stunt team that did. Chris O'Hara, he was now the vice president. He was the president of Stunts, the coordinator for The Fall Guy. So there's a lot of Stunts Unlimited. And Stunts Unlimited was founded by Hal Needham. Directed Smoking the Bandit. He also directed I don't see the outfit on here. It's like the opening. Hold on, let me see. Hooper. So yeah, there's a lot of like little Easter eggs. If you're familiar with like stunts and stuff. Yeah, this is like the opening for Hooper. This is Burt Reynolds. He's like getting ready for a stunt, putting on his pads. When I was first starting my stunt career, I used to watch this to get hyped up. Putting on the knee brace. Got the hip pads. This movie Hooper, I forgot to say, this movie Hooper is about a stuntman. This is like the OG stuntman movie for Fall Guy. I actually have an autographed DVD of this from Hal Needham I met him at a book signing before he passed away. So yeah, this is the outfit I was talking about, that Gosling's outfit reminds me of. You'll see. It's like kind of black and yellow. I think it might have been like a little... like an old school motorcycle outfit. Takes a little shot of some whiskey. That's definitely an old school thing. People don't really do that anymore. allegedly. But yeah, see, look, this outfit. This is definitely what Gosling's wearing. I knew it. This outfit looks just like shot of it. Yeah, look. Got the gold stripes. Gosling. Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of similar. I feel like they're kind of going that vibe, you know. Got the yellow stripes here on the arms and on the top. This one has it like going across here, across the chest. Stripe. But I really do think this is a nod to Hooper's outfit, especially because the Stunts Unlimited connect, the black and gold. Yeah, Stunts Unlimited, their logo is black and gold. It's like yeah, that's the opening to Hooper. Back to the Fall Guy.
Sequences. It starts in the trailer. We go all the way through set. You get a sense of just the day-to-day of this guy's life, and then he's going up and up and up, and he goes up 12 stories, and then they drop him off a building, and so it felt like the perfect way to start the movie.
People ask like how you get actors to do some of these things, having the right crew, creating the element of trust, and then working in a progression.
We started in a parking lot, and over the course of many weekends, we're slowly getting higher and higher and higher, and then also just kind of developing that trust. And it's not, I thought I might get over my fear of heights, which I did not. Unfortunately, what I did was just learn to trust the people around me. They were the best of the best.
We have to do the same thing. I mean, there's plenty of times you're doing stunts as a performer.
Oh yeah, you got to finish the Fall Guy EDM. It's pretty good. It's fun. It's a fun movie. Like I thought it was like a perfect popcorn blockbuster movie. Like it's a fun time. Like I really like seeing it in the theater. It's a good big screen. It's just a good time. A lot of fun. Gosling and Emily Blunt have great chemistry. Really well directed. Like the action scenes are all fun. Like a lot of people criticized it because it didn't have much substance, but I thought it was I just thought it was a good time at the movies kind of movie. Like it you have fun watching it, and yeah, it's a solid movie. A lot of cool Easter eggs too.
It's not performance dependent. It is absolutely 100% the rig. All the shackles are tight. Yep. You sure? Okay. You know, and they hit the button and you're like, oh God. You build this camaraderie and you build this trust with each other. All the shackles are tight. Yep. You sure? Yeah.
This guy right here on the left side, his name is Keir Beck. He's a brilliant stunt rigger from Australia. He did the stunt rigging on this movie. They filmed it in Australia, but he gets flown all over. He's very good. I did a workshop with him in LA here. Long time ago, like 10 years ago, I did a workshop to learn basic stunt rigging. But he's brilliant. He's very, very good.
Okay, and they hit the button and you're like, oh God. You build this camaraderie and you build this trust with each other.
You start doing a lot of stuff with a team and you get to know them and you get comfortable with them. Everybody has their job and you just have to not think about that other person's job. You gotta just go, okay, well, I know that it's good because I trust them. Now I just have to do what I have to do. This was...
All right, so this is the cannon roll. So it's a car stunt where they have they'll talk about it in a second, but there's a pressurized cannon that shoots a piston around, flips the car over. They went for a world record, and they got the world record on their second try. The world record before was one for movie Casino Royale. Oh, Craig, the first James Bond, where they flipped the Aston Martin. That was the previous world record. Unbeaten. So they did what they said they achieved. They broke the record. And now this is another Easter egg they threw in here. So they did this by the beach, so the first ever cannon roll done in film was actually developed by Hal Needham, the guy who founded Stunts Unlimited. But it was done on the beach, just like this. And so this is another little... Yeah, right here. MCQ. This was like another Burt Reynolds movie. So yeah, it was Ronnie Rondell coordinated it. Hal Needham built this. He got really injured testing it before. He almost died. They put too much explosive powder in there. But he lived. He didn't die, but he almost died. And then so Gary McClarty performed this, and this is the first ever cannon roll turnover. You see, it's on the beach, just like in the Fall Guy. Another
it's hard to do a cannon roll and just have a big wreck. That's something you could achieve in just one take. You put the cannon in the car, you set up, you go fast, you hit the cannon. How it rolls, it rolls. Not often are you go fast, to achieve in just one take.
That's insane. Amount of hang time it gets there. Crazy.
You put the cannon in the car, you set up.
Crazy. So right here on his helmet, that's the logo for Stunts Unlimited, which is there's different stunt groups that people are members of. I'm not a member of any of them, but I think I'm the biggest fan of Stunts Unlimited. I love everything about Stunts. I love their history. I've worked for a bunch of the people. All really good guys.
If you go fast, you hit the cannon. How it rolls, it rolls. Not often are you trying to do like break a record,
I love this scene for so many reasons. You'll see that it's Logan who straps.
Yeah, Wicked. Wicked might win for sure. It's definitely like the fan favorite movie. It's the people's movie. Like the big hit out of all of it. I mean, Dune 2 did really good too, but it didn't do as good as Wicked. Wicked did great. But I can see why. I enjoyed Wicked a lot. But I really think it should be Fall Guy, 100%, for best stunts. If it was an Oscar kind of thing, I would say more Dune 2 for like the artistic quality of the stunts. But as far as pure stunts, incredibly done and performed stunts and incredibly coordinated stunts, I'd say Fall Guy, 100%. And not taking away from Wicked. Wicked was cool, but I don't think they did some cool stuff in Wicked, but it wasn't anything groundbreaking like Fall Guy or Dune 2. Dune 2 had some pretty groundbreaking, like that whole sandworm scene I watched. That was pretty.
Me into the seat for this stunt. He goes on to do the stunt, break the world record, and then when it's over, you'll see he pulls me out of the car and pats me on the back for the stunt he just did.
At this point, I'd already done like 5 of these things on this movie.
Right.
And so then 2 hours later, I'm pulling you out the car.
You have to come pat me on the back for it.
We're doing the scene, and I'm helping you take your helmet and your neck restraint off, and they start.
That's hilarious.
Rolling cameras, and you look at me, you go, this is so fucked up.
Yeah.
He goes, you just did this. And then now you're helping me get out of it. And they go, and action. I'm like, all right, buddy, let's go.
Watching this go down was the most tense day I've ever had on set. Knowing you were trying to break the record, so it was like this weird combo of like counting the roles, wanting those roles for you, but then also worrying about what every role was doing to you.
There's a reason why no one's broken this record since the early 2000s. It was freaking hard.
Crazy.
It was so technical. You had to have the perfect amount of pressure in the cannon, the right amount of pressure in the tires, the exact speed, the entry.
The sand density.
The sand density.
Which worked its way into the movie because we were like, God, everything has to go right, and you're factoring everything in.
Look, I don't want to be that guy, but the sand's a little loose.
They level the sand at the beach out, they compact it, and they make it better, but now it is a different thing. The only difference I made from the first one we did on camera that did 3 end over end to the second one I did on camera that did 8.5 sideways was turning and holding the turn for 1 second longer before I hit the button. The first one I did, I turned, hit the button. Second one, I turned, held it for 1 more second, then hit the button, and that was the difference.
Yeah, because the first wreck at which we had it was already epic. It kind of went up and twisted, sides pirouetted, and in any other movie you'd be like, this is amazing, it'll be in the trailer, everyone's gonna use it for materials, and then we wanted to do something special, and you guys asked to do it again. And I'm like, I think we got it in the can, like it's good for the story, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
You really fought for it, and I wanted you guys, we really wanted you guys to have it.
It was cool the other day, I heard you say, someone asked you what was the difference about this particular stunt, and you were like, in a lot of stunts, you're hoping not to wreck, but this one you're going to.
The ideal outcome is you don't crash, you jump, you clean it, everything's clear, and you make it to the other side. Where the going bad in a situation like that would be not making it and crashing and having a really big wreck. What's at least great about this stunt is that you're wrecking. If I could make it a bigger...
Rumored best stunt Oscar will come by 2020. Next year's ceremony will... Okay, yeah. That's the rumor, 2028. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, I know, it's a slow process for sure. Like, it's definitely gotten a lot more progress past couple years. This movie, The Fall Guy, had a lot to do with it. For sure. But yeah, it's a slow process. But yeah, hopefully they'll have a best stunt for Oscars. Yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, like it's going to encourage people to do crazy stunts, but I think if they do a category, it should be based off of like artistic design, not necessarily scale. So stuff like Dune 2, where there's like a lot of artistry, as opposed to like, I love The Fall Guy, but I don't like. I think it should be like best action design. Like you could make an argument for design, stunt scene overall, necessarily the risk or the size. So that way, when it can kind of keep in line with the Oscars as far as like it being an artistic, and also keep people safe and not be like, oh yeah, we got to break every world record Oscar. That's what people are. That's like why a lot of people have been hesitant about Oscar stunts. Is they don't want people getting hurt trying to do it.
Wreck, we would have. Like, we made it the biggest wreck that it could be.
The whole crew was with you. Everybody was just so invested. You could hear a pin drop. We knew you broke the record, but we were waiting for you to give the thumbs up. And when it comes out, just the whole crew was so elated and erupted in applause. It was just amazing. And I remember thinking, like, we should make a movie about this, And I was like, wait, I think we are.
Things are never perfect conditions. It's like you get to the edge and they're like, oh, wait, but you got to wear the boots. What? And then there's a 10K in your eyes and you're like, wait, and I gotta wear the boots, and there's a 10K and they're like, and action, you're like, what? That's why it's real. What Colt is feeling in the story is real. Like, wait, the sand is loose, I told you guys, and they're like, we gotta keep going. You're like, you bump the camera and like, we got 7 more. That is so, it might seem hyperbolic, it is absolutely the truth.
Yes. The actor doesn't want a pickle on his helmet. We gotta shoot it all over again. But
yeah, that'd be hilarious, EDM. That would be funny. I mean, it could. He's gonna do that space movie. I think that's like doing that this year or next. space, where the movie is going to space for. It's gonna be the first ever movie. I mean, it's gonna be cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be cool. It's just kind of like, oh, like, you know, what other crazy thing can I do? Funny.
But the fact that you came in and you congratulated me for what you did also in the scene is just I think the whole the whole point of this movie is like summed up in this one scene.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I blacked out for most of this. You tell me what's me.
That's you?
That's me.
This was an early start.
That's Ben.
That's Ben.
The craziest thing was the fact that we locked down the Harbor Bridge and that Ryan was game enough to just show up kind of uninitiated because we didn't have a chance to rehearse this.
Hard to rehearse this. We did a few kind of rehearsals in a parking lot, but it felt different on the day. It felt a little faster, more sparks. It was raining.
It started to rain and then the dirt is just kicking up. There's no way to stop it. There's no way to block it from you.
It was like 5:30 in the morning or something crazy because you were trying to like limit the traffic. I'm glad it was that early because I was so tired. I just kind of walked up to set. I was like, held onto the shovel and then it just hauled my ass across the bridge and I was like, and then it was over and then we did it a few times and I went back to the trailer and fell asleep and I was like, that was a really weird dream I just had. Or was it a nightmare?
Normally we talk about the scene and we're like, make sure we're making all the right choices. And I just looked at you like,
we can't talk.
There'd be no talks right now.
Just shut up this morning. Just do the stunt.
We just hook you up. I'm already hooking you up like this, and you're like, action!
And you were beside me in like a follow car, both you and Kelly.
Yeah, we're like.
I could see you guys looking out the window, and I was just like, oh my god.
I was on the motorcycle right in front of you, trying not to let you catch the bike.
It's a great way to see Sydney if you can have the garbage truck tour of Sydney. I highly recommend it. It was funny because we worked so much.
I've never been to Australia. I want to check it out.
I didn't get to get out very much, and sometimes when I did, I would look around and be like, this looks familiar, and then I would kind of like pretend lay down and be like, oh yeah, I was here in a garbage truck. That's why I recognize this street. Continue this charade.
One of those remotes that points.
There's Jean-Claude, amazing stunt dog. Right, stunt performer in his own right.
Actually did all of her own stunts.
Yeah.
What's fun thing about the scene, there's stunts in it, obviously, but we were connecting the characters, which makes, I think, the action more exciting. You know, there's actually stakes. Is he going to get to karaoke on time?
How the hell did you do this?
So this is a classic Fall Guy truck jump, kind of like the truck jumps were on the Fall Guy TV series. Not a really, really big one, but just a cool jump to do in the middle of a chase. It's a little more technical than just hitting a ramp and going for it because there's a truck that I'm supposed to land right behind. And if you go a little bit too fast or you're there too soon, you land on that truck. The cameras all have to catch this. So we rehearse this thing and know exactly how high the truck goes. I have a jump calculator that will calculate exactly where it's supposed to land.
I'm not surprised.
So I could put in the weight of the vehicle, I could put in the wheelbase of it, the ramp, I put in all the dimensions of everything, and it'll tell us exactly where it's going to land, and it's pretty accurate. I mean, on this jump right here, it was accurate within 1 foot, because once you jump this truck, you ruin it. Like, as soon as this thing hits the ground, it's bent. It's not gonna do anything else again. So everything has to be just right to make this thing work. Chris goes, you could put a camera right there because he's gonna land right here. And I landed right there.
In the Fall Guy show, you watch multiple times.
Yeah, he's talking about Chris O'Hara, who he was a stunt coordinator for Fall Guy. He also got the first official action designer credit. Or stunt, I think it's action designer or stunt designer. Might be stunt designer. First official credit, and it was kind of like a way to get progress on the whole Oscars category. I introduced a new credit. But yeah, Chris O'Hara, first guy to ever get one. Awesome guy too. I've worked for him a number of times. Really good guy.
Times that truck would just show up from nowhere. Like, it would just be funny. Like, the middle of the thing, the bad guys are going, and this truck just lands into frame. And
look out for the school bus.
So we were playing with that, but I think after a couple audience screenings, they're like, where's that truck coming from?
You can't really do this type of jump just sitting in the seat being strapped down because there's way too much G-force on the landing going down that it would be hard on your spine.
So you're suspended above the seat?
Yeah, so I had them take the stock seat out, put in a racing seat, but only for the purposes of it being extra low, and wear a full harness that grabs my legs and my torso. And then we...
Oh, wow, iPhone 16e. Oh, that's funny. I'm an iPhone guy. I haven't gotten a new iPhone in forever. I still have my 12 Pro Plus. I like it. I might get a new one soon though. We'll see. I've always been really slow to get phones.
Put pulleys in the roof right here above me, and the ropes go up into those pulleys down behind me, and then they're into a really stiff bungee system. That cushion, that little bit of movement you get right there, it saves your spine, so you can walk away from this with having, no injuries whatsoever. But if you did not run that setup, it would be a different story. Then there's a fail-safe as well, which is just empty water bottles that I taped together and sat on. And I ended up popping, I think, 3 of them.
Is that standard practice, or is that your idea?
That's kind of standard practice, actually. Like, you go into you have all this technology.
See cups and plywood.
Yeah, I mean, and then you go back to some old school methods that work, that have saved people for years and years and years.
No flowers were harmed.
No flowers.
We're all shooting this. Those are not real flowers. Thanks for watching. I think there's something wrong with my remote. It's not working. So.
It's awesome. Yeah, EDM, you got to see the rest of the Fall Guy. See if they have anything about Wicked. I know the stunts for Wicked. It's like they really featured the actors. Like this is a lot of this is Evro or Evro. I always mess up her last name. She's really good though. She's really good.
3, 2, 1, action!
Yeah, this is all her, which is really cool.
I knew when I was going into...
But, as far as actual stunts go, it's nothing that groundbreaking. Just, we're really well done. Mad props to her for doing it. That's really cool. Not many actors can actually do this kind of stuff. So mad props to her.
That stunts would be needed, and I knew that I wanted to do my own stunts. I wanted to do the work.
How can you hire an actor that does their own stunts? Amazing acting. Own actor. How can you hire an actor?
Stunts. I wanted to do the work.
How can you hire an actor that does their own stunts? Amazing acting. Sings, and then can integrate all 3 of those things together and land it over and over and over and over again.
It's a really strange sensation because I have to shift the way I breathe in order to sing.
So if you care to find me to the western sky, has someone told me lately everyone deserves
really well done. So what she's doing right now, this is called a winch. Or a winch. It's like a system of winches. There's like little winches, like a cylinder with a motor and winds up. So like there's multiple winches. It looks like there's like probably 4 or 5. There's at least 3. Yeah, a lot of times they have 3. Sometimes they do 4. But the idea is like these are all. It's like a computerized system that you program. Map out the movie. It's really cool stuff. It's pretty advanced. So yeah, it's like computerized winches have 3 points and around programs. That's what this is. So this is doing it way more precise and faster than a human can pull in cable. The old way. So this is like a newer stunt innovation. Been around though for a while now. Like I've seen these my whole career, and I've been doing this for. Been around longer than that. Been around more than 15. But yeah, really cool stuff.
Has it ever happened in a movie before? Live singing while you go around like that?
Yay! That's really fun.
And as for the physical flying of it all, once all is said and done, you're now flying with a corset and a harness and song.
And then that one right there, that's called a tuning. We call it like a tuning. And the way it looks. But it's like there's a harness. Also twist forward, backward. You can get some really cool
songs,
flying effects like that.
And when it works,
here's the wind.
It really does feel like magic.
Wicked.
Yeah, it's cool. Wicked's good. It's it's no Fall Guy or Dune 2 though. So, but I worry you're right though, EDM. They might win just because it's the crowd favorite. The SAG Awards a lot of times with stunts they crowd favorite. But it is what it is. I hope Fall Guy gets it though. I think Fall Guy has a good shot, and Dune 2. I love Dune 2. I think it's. I don't know if it's gonna get it. It doesn't seem kind of like a SAG Award kind of movie. They usually pick more of the crowd. Yeah, they usually pick the crowd pleaser stunts. So, well, guys, I've been streaming for about an hour. I am a little tired. I should have started earlier, but I am going to stream again a lot more frequently. EDM, good to see you, man. Have a good night. I appreciate you watching. But yeah, no, I'll stream again. Really, again, might do a SAG Awards stream, but I got invited to a SAG Awards party with SAG, so it's it's like the SAG official party. So I might go to that. Maybe I could stream from there with my phone. I don't know. We'll see. Appreciate it, EDM. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need to rest. It sucks. Hopefully it's not too bad. So I should be good in a few weeks. But yeah, have a good night. Later.